we're going to go into my last point here. My favorite and best performing Facebook ads for churches. Look, these ads are going to make you feel like you finally unlocked the secret. All those feelings you might feel right now about Facebook ads, those are going to go away. And it's kind of like myself. If you go and look at old Instagram and old Facebook photos, I used to be over 350 pounds. Now I'm under 250. I'm actually under 240. And I've lost a lot of weight. And guess what? I probably did diets into the 30s or 40s. I've tried 30 different diets, 40 different diets. I tried so much. And it wasn't until I found the right mix of things that worked for me did I lose over 100 pounds. Okay. So if you want to stop being frustrated by just hearing all the great things about Facebook ads and you're sitting here like, this didn't work for me, what else do I need to do? Look, I'm going to help you save the budget and save the time so you can focus on people. You shouldn't be focused on what software do I need? How do I learn this software? Why isn't it working? Let me get support. All that time should be better spent putting you in front of people. So I'm going to give you 3 ads that you can try. And this is what we do. This is kind of our starting point to build relationships. Again, we're not advertising your church. We're building Christ-centered relationships for discipleship using Facebook ads as the medium to spark those relationships. Number 1, my favorite ad, Ask Me Anything. This isn't for everyone, but if you really, pastor, want to be challenged in your own faith and you want to show that your community that you have nothing to hide, do an Ask Me Anything ad. Hey, this is Pastor Joe. I'm at First Baptist, whatever, down the street, and I want to challenge you to ask me anything. What is on your mind that you feel hasn't been answered by the church, or that you feel like there's the spiritual hole and you need an answer to fill it? Okay, you may get nervous about that. You're going to get mostly the same questions. Okay, why does evil exist? Why did my wife leave me? Why did God put me on this earth? You're going to get a lot of questions you already know how to answer. Only every once in a while you'll get a militant atheist that has no actual interest in the answer. You can spot those from a mile away, and you can handle those how you would normally handle those. But when you ask me anything, it shows 2 things. Number 1, wow, this church actually cares about me enough to not say, hey, come hear me preach, but instead let me answer something that you're needing. Number 2, there's more than 2 things. Number 2, you're going to see what's really hurting your community, because if you run this ad for long enough, you're going to see the commonalities. Okay. Why did God let me get addicted to this? Why does God let me do this? How do I escape this? Right? How do I tell my wife this? How do I help my husband this? How do I get away from my husband who's doing this? Right? You're going to see a lot of commonalities, unfortunately, so you'll know better how your church can serve the community. So instead of wasting time trying these ministries that worked at another church in another area, you can actually build ministries from the ground up using the information you gathered from the relationships you're building on Facebook. Number 2 is a prayer ad, but it needs to be focused. Okay. Don't just say, hey, how can we pray for you? Hey, church, we're so great. Again, this comes off holier than thou. Okay. Look at you. Aren't you so suffering and plebe? And how can we pray for you, little one? No, we don't want to do that. Okay. It needs focus. This is where we go back to the demographic research. Why don't you make an ad for recently divorced people, and the ad says, hey, we understand life is hard, things change, unexpected seasons come across us. We want to be there for you. Let us know how we can pray for you, how we can support you, and let's have a conversation and get you out of this hole or get you through this, right? That is a lot better than, hey, how can we pray for you, right? People aren't going to pay attention to that. Again, being demographically focused, being relationally driven, and asking them to take an action, you're going to see prayer ads actually work for your church when they haven't before. Now, the last one is actually my least favorite. It's the starting point for a lot of people. I don't like it, but it is a good performing ad, and that's using, within our context, demographically minded, relationally driven, and making them take an action to meaningfully engage for you is events. Okay. You can market your events, but number 1, preferably ask them to sign up for it, RSVP for it, offer them something special. Even if everyone gets it, just say it's something special. Okay. So that way you can know if they're actually engaging with you. Okay. Tell them, hey, do you have a question about this event? Send us a message. Okay. You could do that as well. And then to make it more meaningful, at the event, collect information on everyone that attends the event, not just the people. Oh, did you come from a Facebook ad? Don't just ask them that. Say, as part of the check-in process, even if it's a day at the park, right? Do a check-in process. Get their name, email. How did you hear about us? Okay. How did you hear about us? There can be a checkbox for Facebook ad, checkbox for word of mouth. Friend invited me, saw a sign, whatever. I was at the park at the same time. First of all, you'll find out if people are actually inviting people to events. That's a whole different thing. People may say they saw a Facebook ad, but what you can do is you can actually take their email, give it to Facebook, and Facebook will spit that back out at a very general. You're not going to know specifics, okay? But it will tell you, hey, actually, these people we showed the ad to, okay? So you can get a general idea if they actually came because the Facebook ad showed them the event, okay? Again, demographically minded, relationally driven, and make them commit, make them take an action. Okay, don't just tell them, hey, there's this cool event. Don't you want to come? See you there. Like, people are going to forget about that. That is a waste of money. Don't ever run an ad like that. Okay, and unfortunately, that's what the gurus will tell you to do. It's not how you run effective ads.